Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
We begin tonight with a Fox 61 follow-up as Waterbury parents bring their frustrations about bus issues to their school board. Good evening, I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us. Some of those parents have told Fox 61 about long waits for students, late arrivals at school, even children getting dropped off at the wrong bus stop. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner was at tonight's school board meeting. She joins us live in studio with what parents had to say tonight. DeAndrea?
Well, you guys, like you said, we've seen districts all across the state dealing with big bus problems as the school year gets underway throughout Connecticut. But for parents and bus drivers in Waterbury, they're fed up with what's happening.
It's not much to ask that the administration make sure our children get home safely.
Parents and bus drivers in Waterbury are upset with the district, giving officials an F when it comes to bus problems plaguing their lives.
This is the worst that I've seen it in my 7 years.
The problems with how kids get to and from school was one of the main talking points at Thursday night's Board of Education meeting.
I'm just here to let you know things are getting worse. It's not getting better.
They were not dropped off at their after-school program. They were dropped off at the bottom alone, and they were left to walk up East Main and Cherry all the way to their after-school program alone.
There have been 14 new bus routes added this year. Officials with the Durham Bus Company says the additions were made to help alleviate the stress of staffing with more students riding the buses.
We definitely have seen an uptick in ridership, hence the increased number of routes that we have running this year compared to last year.
But the drivers say that even with more routes, they're still dealing with issues.
There are kids getting left behind. We see them constantly. Also, the routes have been changed. Daily changes are being made on the routes.
And drivers say that's not all. They're having trouble when it comes to getting new routes from the company.
At the end of the school year, before the summer vacation, they always asked us, do you want to keep your route or you want to change it? You had an option. This year we had no option.
Or they'll say things like they were just trying to make it easier for us, but it's quite the opposite.
They say that getting their original routes back will make things safer and easier for everyone.
Being the driver I was for 27 years and having this route, I have kids that were on my bus and now I'm driving their kids. They know me, I know them. If you know your kids, you don't have to worry about nobody letting this kindergarten kid off because for the fact that we know who the parents are and where they should go.
They say many bus drivers want to get back to the way things were.
I had got a protest from different drivers protesting they would like to have the routes back.
But what happens next still remains unknown.
We apologize for everything, for the parents, for anything that happened. We're working hard to make sure it's get right.
And we did ask the school communications director for comments on these issues, but she refused to comment. In the studio, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
All right, DeAndrea, thank you. New at 10, police in Norwich are investigating after someone fired a shot at several people outside of a bar overnight. Officers say one person was shot in the arm outside Pistol Pete's Bar and Grill on Route 2 late last night. The suspect shot at people during a fight before immediately leaving. The person shot was treated at the hospital and released. The shooting isn't believed to be random. Anyone with information, though, should call Norwich police.
Well, new at 10 tonight, an end of summer tradition in Berlin returns, and it's even larger this year. The Berlin Fair just finished up its very first night of fun. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live in Berlin tonight to tell us about what you can find if you head to the fair. Gabby?
Ben, it is certainly starting to feel like fair season out here. It's a little crisp tonight, to say the least, but earlier today it was the perfect fall day, and the next few days are also looking great, which is such good news for the Berlin Fair because this year it's going on for 4 straight days. Fair season is in full swing, and this weekend the town of Berlin is ready to welcome thousands to its annual fair.
I think we're the biggest little fair in Connecticut. People are amazed when they come here and actually see what we give them.
For the first time in several years, the fair is open for 4 days, kicking things off on Thursday evening with the ideal fall weather.
Walking around, it's a beautiful day, perfect day for the fair.
Weather.
This year the fair has several rides, attractions, and performances of all different kinds.
We've got something for everybody. We have classic rock, we have country, we have oldies, we have any type of music you want. It's here.
And of course, plenty of things to eat.
The food, that's my favorite part.
The food.
The fair really is all about Berlin, put on by and for the community, making everyone a winner.
Literally, you walk through here and you can see almost every community nonprofit trying to, raise funds for their organization.
Everybody donates their time to be together for the good of the church.
It's also an opportunity for people to come together, something many no longer take for granted.
You see a lot of people that, you haven't seen. It's like a reunion.
And that's what makes it so special.
It's the Berlin Fair. Come on down.
And the fun continues throughout the weekend. The Berlin Fair is going to be open tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Live in Berlin, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you very much, Gabby. And there are several other fairs this weekend, including the start of the Big E. Scan the QR code on your screen. That'll take you to our weekend happenings page. You'll get a list of fun fairs and other events happening throughout Connecticut this weekend.
Well, new details tonight about the 2 planes with migrants who were unknowingly flown all the way from Florida to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says the flights were part of an effort to send immigrants to other states. DeSantis hasn't said where the migrants got on the planes or how they were coaxed on board. Despite not knowing about the planes and fewer people on the island after Labor Day, residents on Martha's Vineyard rallied to help the migrants, many of whom mainly seeking asylum from Venezuela. That includes a church, which helped give them meals, beds, and a place for children to play. Lawyers for Civil Rights in Boston also is now providing free legal services and investigating if Governor DeSantis broke any human trafficking laws. The White House called it a political stunt.
There's a legal way of doing this, and for managing migrants, Republican governors interfering in that process and using migrants as political pawns is shameful. The migrants, including children who arrived in Martha's Vineyard, were misled about where they were being taken and what would be provided when they arrived, is also deeply alarming.
Florida's legislature set aside $12 million to send unauthorized immigrants out of state. An immigration law expert says the flights could have violated Florida law if those on board were not authorized.
Hi guys, chilly out there tonight, probably one of the cooler nights we've seen in a while, but our sunny stretch of weather continues. Lots of that on the way the next couple of days with an early fall feel continuing. The coolest temperatures though will by far be tomorrow morning when most of us wake up with temperatures in the 40s. But we get right back to summer weather for the second half of the weekend. So it feels like early fall Saturday, but like summer again on Sunday with temperatures returning to the 80s and the humidity getting a boost as well. The next chance for rain will be Sunday night into Monday. It's already chilly out there. James Hurley in Willington checking in with temperatures that are in the upper 40s right now. One of the cooler spots in the state. We're close to 50 for Torrington and for Willimantic, near 60 degrees in Meriden. And here's a look at overnight lows dipping back into the low to mid 40s as we head towards daybreak. So some of you may even choose to grab a light jacket on your way out the door tomorrow morning, near 50 along the shoreline. And it's not out of the question that we get for some of our extreme cooler spots, upper 30s towards daybreak. Jeff in Bakerville will probably check in with a temperature like that. But heading through the course of the day tomorrow, I said you might want a light jacket in the morning. You could ditch it in the afternoon with temperatures soaring into the mid 70s. So a cooler start, but a warmer finish. Quite the rebound through the course of the day. For your Saturday, once again, temperatures in the 70s after a cool morning, a pleasantly warm finish. And here are those warmer temperatures for Sunday. We're thinking mid 80s, not just inland, but even for the Connecticut shoreline. So you could go to a fall fair or festival, or you could make it a beach day too if you wanted. And here's a look at that humidity spiking heading into the second half of the weekend. Not tropical, but just enough that you're feeling it, with that next chance for showers coming as we head into Sunday night. But it looks like we're going to make it through both days dry, and then a few scattered showers for Monday and Tuesday of next week. To the tropics we go. This is Tropical Storm Fiona, which has been undergoing a lot of wind shear, which is winds that are tearing the storm apart. Still, though, winds of 60 miles per hour, and the storm is forecast to later tomorrow night head towards the Leeward Islands near Antigua, the British Virgin Islands after that, heading into Saturday, and then Puerto Rico with 4 to 6 inches of rain expected for all of the places that I just listed, along with tropical storm force winds possible. After that, the track becomes much more uncertain. Is it closer to Cuba? Is it farther north? Does it curve back out to sea? And is there an East Coast impact or a United States impact? That remains anyone's guess at this point. So we'll be keeping you posted every step along the way, and especially for our friends and loved ones in Puerto Rico. I know there's a lot here in Connecticut. Here's the 7-day temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s, heading back to work next week after a warm second half to the weekend. It looks like temperatures will generally stay above average heading into the start of fall. Guys?